Hello, welcome back to Call Clutter Fairy, where I help you get clutter free so that you can live stress free. This weekend I was looking for some fun DIY projects that would also help you get organized, and I found a really fun idea that I thought might be able to help some of you. Before I dove into this, I gave a lot of thought of what's something that I struggle with that I use often but haven't had a good way to organize. And the item that I found was a tiered spinning organizer, and I've seen a lot of these, but this one had an interesting twist. It used Lazy Susans from the Dollar Tree. I went to 4 different Dollar Trees and could not find any Lazy Susans. I also couldn't find them on their website. Those that I found at Walmart and Target were about $8 a piece, so I thought, forget it. So I ended up using the burner covers that they sell at the Dollar Tree. They come 2 to a set, a larger one and a smaller one. So I bought 2 sets of those. And then I also went to Home Depot and bought, this is a Lazy Susan swivel is what it's called. And it was $3.98. And it is very strong. And it also had rubber feet on the bottom. So I think I actually kind of came out ahead. But I really like how this turned out, so I'm going to show you what I did, how I made it. I would love to see your creative twist on what you do with this, but without further ado, here we go. Strong. So I'm going to start with the base really quick just to show you what I do. So I am taking the burner lid and making sure that I'm using the flat surface first. And I am going to attach with E6000 and hot glue the flat side, not the side with the feet, and I'm going to put this directly in the middle. Actually, I'm using this one because I like this one better. I'm going to use the circle that's already on this design to help me center it just for this one. Making sure this is center to the first tin is essential for stability. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my E6000. And then I will attach some of my hot glue. And I have to confess, since I've learned this little hack from other people, it really does make a world of difference. The glue gun allows it to instantly lock into place to make sure your placement is just where you want it. But then the E6000 is what actually gives it its best contact for stability. So if you haven't been doing that, try the combo out. It actually works really well. My kids always say the smell of hot glue reminds them of Halloween and Christmas. Alright, so I've got mine on, and I'm just going to make sure I have got it as centered as possible. Reaching underneath and pressing down. Alright. Awesome. So when I turn it upside down, what you have is just a little tray. And if I was doing something farmhouse-ish, I could put, something in the middle and then do another little one, and I would have a cute little spinny tray. But I'm doing this for a craft hack. So for this, what I plan on putting inside, I would like a bigger work area. So I'm going to take the second cover in the set, the larger one, and I'm going to place it over that. Now the reason I'm doing this needs the clearance to spin. So by having one upside down and the other nesting on top of it, this is now a flush surface, and my spinner, my bearing, will actually be clear so that no matter where I put it, it spins. The other reason I wanted to do something like this and attach it is so that I can lift up my whole organizer once I'm done building it, and I can set it right back down and allow it to spin again. So again, this is where you need to be really diligent in making sure that it is completely centered, because if it's not, if it's really off center, when it spins, it's going to be cattywampus and you're going to hate me. So make sure it's centered. I'm going to do the E6000 again and get some of the glue gun on there. Yay! Okay, now that I have my little Lazy Susan built, I am going to start attaching these containers that I got. These were in the beauty section, organizer with lid. Now, I'm always suggesting that you guys sort things out, put likes with likes, and then establish what you need. This is definitely a craft where I would recommend you know what you want to sort first. In this case, I was trying to come up with a better organizer because my oldest has been painting a lot lately. And it just so happens that this fits 4 tightly, but it fits 4 inside one section. So that's what I planned on doing with this. So look at how much I was able to fit in. Oh, I'm so excited about this. So each one of these little containers holds 12 of these little acrylic bottles, and these are the ones that you can always find at Walmart and Target and Hobby Lobby. They're usually around 50 cents a piece. So this is the most common acrylic paint that we have in our household, but I got 5 little trays, and that's what my tiered organizer is going to be used for. But again, I really suggest that you go through, decide what craft supply you have an abundance of, and then buy a box or organizer to fit that particular item. The next thing that I recommend, and I found this idea initially on YouTube, but I really liked it, so I'm gonna find that and put the link down below so that you can see the original tutorial. But they recommended filling your containers first, so that as you are finding the placement on your Lazy Susan, you know how it's weighted and how it's going to feel on there. So if you have something very heavy, as you can already see, it's not going to be balanced or stable. In this case, I know that mine are all pretty well full, so it should be just fine, but I'm still gonna kind of just get them on there quickly. Red and then green. I want them color coded, of course. And then green goes into blue, and then blue goes into purple. When my clutter fairies work with me on a job, they always laugh because I talk to myself endlessly. I talk to my dog, I talk to the air. Please leave me a comment below if you talk to yourself. I have full conversations as I'm crafting. It's kind of funny. But once you get that first one down, what I figured is by gluing the little corner next to it at the top, it immediately started coming together much more easily, assuming because it had something to grip onto. So I'm just going to strengthen up these little corners a little bit. And this portion will now be done. And now I've got a nice smooth rolling accessible place for the paints. Now again, I know I keep saying this, but I chose to do this with the paints. You can absolutely do whatever you want to do. And then on the top here, I could either go with a small lid up at the top, and I want this upside down. I want it so that this isn't showing. This, doing it the way that it was intended to be created, would inhibit everything that's on here. Upside down, number one, I don't have to paint it now, and it also gives me a lip for smaller things that might be sitting in here. Glue this on top. Since I don't know where to put it on here, I'm just going to put my blobs on here. But you could go the big tray for more storage, or you could do the small tray. I think I like the big tray. Yes, I like the big one. All right, here we go. You'll definitely want E6000 on something on the top of this. These are pretty thin. I think in this instance, something inside of it, maybe cut out a small piece of foam core just to give it a tiny bit of stability. But the nice thing with this is, even though it's a little bit heavy because I have paint in it, we can pick this up and move it wherever we want, and when we set it down, it's a functional Lazy Susan with complete accessibility to all of our supplies. You guys, I seriously love this. I think it turned out so well. I'm so excited to use it and see how it works in my little craft area. I'm trying to, it's heavy. I'm trying to see, oh, there we go. It rolls so smooth, and these are temporary cups because I really want to find something that'll fit well, but I used what I had on hand, and then that was, in this case, just little Dixie cups. But this gives me the open area on the sides for our brushes, for our little dabbers that we use, because sometimes we use Q-tips and beauty brushes, but lots of space on here. On the top, we always have a dish for cleaning our brushes, and we have our little palette, and then who doesn't want a rag close by when you're painting? So I love your thoughts on this, but like I said earlier, I would love to see what you do with this because you are the most creative group, and I would love to see if you use this for your washi tape, for your glitter, your stamps. The size of the container is really going to match what your specific supplies are. So get creative. Send me a picture of what you do at callclutterfairy@gmail.com. Please make sure you comment with what you did, like this video. If you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you all so much. But if you're new to my channel, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell. I put up new videos once or twice a week, but until I see you again, bye.